Hey guys, Captain Foley here. How you doing? Hope you're having a good one. It is time to talk about Discovery, first reactions, and things. Hold on here. So I hope you're all well. We already have 115 people here with 58 likes. That's fantastic, guys. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Just so you know, today's probably going to be a little bit busier chat-wise. I might not be able to read all of the comments like I usually do. So if you can super chat, if you want to say something or have me notice something or talk about something specific, super chat's a great way to do so. I'll try to get to a lot of them, but we'll have to kind of breeze through, I think. We'll see how it goes, but I know a lot of people have been kind of waiting for our thoughts on this, and that's really fantastic. I love that. But I gotta say that you know, we're filming tomorrow, and we will have lots of content for you this upcoming week, including Saturday. Saturday is our regular ship day, so hopefully you guys will tune in for that and all the additional stuff. I already see that I have a super chat or two, but I can only read one of them here on my thing. So if the admins or the moderators could scroll back up and screenshot the other ones for me, because they don't show up on my live here, unfortunately. Got Jeff Jacobs with $2, just got here, and 58 likes already. Sweet, thank you. Olivia Julia's $5. Olivia Julia's service number 4593292. Put me in the brig hologram. Yes, so please, the moderators, Olivia, Jeff, whoever's here, go back and see if you can screenshot the other super chats for me so I can acknowledge those, so nobody gets left out. Broken Speaker, though, throws in $5. A good episode, I thought. The number of people here kind of support that. This felt like Star Trek, and the cinematography looked more like Trek as well. I will agree with that 100%. This one definitely felt Star Trek, and it feels like now that Discovery's kind of found its footing as far as getting that Star Trek feel every week. The other super chat I was missing was Olivia Julius, $5. Attention all crew, Stuart will be here a few minutes late. In the meantime, here's a fun fact about the captain. He wears sunglasses to make him look smart. I do sometimes, yes. Doesn't make me look smart, though. They make me look cool. Oh, he still wears glasses. Sorry, see, that's my dyslexia kicking in. I thought I said sunglasses. He still wears glasses to make himself look smart, and that's probably very true, because without them, I just look silly. Got a dog outside the door. Just saying. Okay. Can we just irradiate your entire personality? Puts in $2. Really liking all the new characters. Yeah, but where's Sahil? What the hell is his name? The guy that was waiting for 40 years. Somebody talk about him. Tell somebody about him. Bring him to the Starfleet, people. Do something. For the love of Christ, I like the guy. We're never going to see him again. I guarantee you. And that's sad. It's one of the problems with Discovery is they tend to... No, not the Trill. The guy on the relay station. Sahil is his name or something. He waited for 40 years for a Starfleet officer to come and put up the fucking flag, remember? That guy. We liked him. Let's, for the love of Christ, get him involved. Get him on the Discovery. Make him know that Starfleet's a thing still. They're not going to mention him again. I guarantee it. all you get is the flashbacks for last time on Discovery. And there you see him sitting there, but that's it. Gregory puts in $1. Thank you very much, Gregory. And Olivia Julius throws in $2. Jeffrey's 2 Monster is pacing outside. She is. You can actually hear her. So, yeah, Sahil. That's what I said. Yeah, so, I mean, lots of ships, lots of things to look at. An Enterprise. I'm going to say Voyager J. And I love how it's like, that's the 10th generation. 11th, actually, which kind of funny because when I heard it was the J, which I might have heard early, but maybe not. Who knows? I was like, yeah, it's 10, so that's the 11th one. 11 in 900 years. So I love that that was kind of mentioned. Jeffrey Jacobs, $2. 100. Wow, Black Alert. We are moving fast. Hashtag make Jeff pay. 178 of you here with 103 likes. That is great, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We can easily get those numbers right up. And I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this as well. This episode was fun. It did feel like Star Trek for sure. There are some very good music cues and things in there that just sent goosebumps down your spine, it was really good. To see the ships was fantastic. I wish we could have seen them in a little more detail. I thought we were going to see more detailed shots of the ship. One thing I want to address right away is the USS Nog. As much as everybody's praising Kurtzman and company for that, I agree. I mean, that's a fantastic little nod. I still very much think it should have been the USS Eisenberg. Bring the actor's real name into it. The character name is fine, but I really didn't think that was the tribute it should have been. It should have been the Eisenberg. Now, I've heard that CBS officially announced it's the Eisenberg class of ship, which we'll probably never see again, except for in Star Trek Online. So, I mean, that's a nice nod there, that it is the Eisenberg class. I just wish it would have been the Eisenberg, the USS Eisenberg. So if it's the Eisenberg class, that's fine. I just wish that Eisenberg would have been represented on screen instead of Nog. That's my personal opinion. A lot of people have been all over Facebook and Twitter today saying that's the, saying that Kurtzman and crew did a fantastic job with that. And I agree that it's a good acknowledgement of the character. But I think in circumstances like that, it's more appropriate to acknowledge the actor and not so much the character. I just wish it would have said the USS Eisenberg. That's my personal thoughts. I could be totally wrong. And yes, I know it is the Eisenberg class. Everybody's going to be yelling and screaming at me. It's the Eisenberg class. Yeah, I get it. But that's never stated on screen, and it should be at some point, is what I'm saying. Okay. Nuke Juice puts in $3. This season has been better than other CBS Trek. Absolutely. It seems like because season 1 and season 2 were so short, because usually there was 24 to 26 episodes per season back in the day, they had more time to develop the characters and the storylines and the mythos. It feels like season 1 and 2 are kind of like the first season. This is now stepping into a new season, and it feels like it should be season 2 because they're so short these days that I don't like that it's actually that's the length of a season. It's 10 episodes. It just doesn't work for me. But it seems like Discovery's realized that yes, they've fucked up. Now they're making it better. And I really appreciate that. I mean, out there in the future, they can't really mess with canon too much. There's a lot of really good nods there. And finally, they're doing something that I think isn't going to piss a lot of people off. Let's see. Dreamer out there, $2. There was a single shot with the shuttle bay closed. Was there, though? Because every shot I saw of it, even right before they jumped, which you'd think they'd close it during a spore jump, it was open. I didn't see one shot of it being with the door closed, and I watched it 3 times already. I didn't notice that. I also got the screen caps for it. Never once saw the shuttle bay door closed, so I'm going to disagree with you 100% on that, Dreamer out there. But, you could be right. We'll maybe see that in our review tomorrow because we do break it down in a lot more detail then. So, Olivia Julius throws in $5. What do you think about the holograms? They really seem low-tech compared to Voyager and the Doctor. I thought the same thing. They did seem very low tech, especially how they could be deactivated by, which really pissed me off. That was the stupidest thing I've ever heard, especially 900 years in the future. There's no way that she'd be able to suss that out, that would work for her. Maybe they had to go back to the drawing board with holograms and stuff because they were getting too realistic, and perhaps because of the whole, the sentient life, like the artificial life ban has something to do with that. They seemed odd and out of place for sure. I mean, that part of the story was actually one of my favorites. The whole Giorgio thinking she's on top of things, and then the other guy just beating her at every step of the way, and just the look on her face, like, is this somebody she couldn't get to? I thought was friggin' hilarious, because I don't like the character of Giorgio. Empress or Captain, doesn't really matter. 248 people here, 129 likes. Guys, let's get those likes up to at least 150. That should be super easy. We can even hit 200, I think. But just if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please consider hitting that, and put in your thoughts about what you think about this episode, because love hearing your thoughts on things. So the ships were great. Starfleet was great. Loved the uniforms. Loved the organization. I think it's good that they're still around. Yes, I think they said they're down to 38 planets, I believe, out of they used to, at the highest, its peak was at 350. We learned that Barzan finally got in the Federation, which was a great line to add, because the Barzan wormhole thing and them not being a member of the Federation during TNG really pissed a lot of people off when we realized that Non was a Barzan and she was in Starfleet. I still don't know how she got in Starfleet, but at least they acknowledged it by saying that finally they joined Starfleet in the 25th century, I believe. Also Kaminar, Ceres planet, now in was in the Federation. So lots of good little things like that. A little bit of course correction within the show, which was great. Also, the reference that nobody knew about Discovery. Like, yeah, Discovery was listed as destroyed in 2258. It didn't, there's nothing about a spore hub drive. There's nothing of that like that. I loved that because it created a little bit of tension. Like, are you telling me the truth or aren't you? And I'm not going to really believe you. I thought that was fantastic and well played. And I really like that they included that. As far as the new uniforms go, I mean, they're okay. I do kind of like the stripe down them. But most of the uniforms in Discovery I haven't really been a fan of, just because I don't like the spandexy look. Like, you have to be fit to look good in those uniforms, and even the Discovery ones, the future ones, doesn't really matter. They all kind of look So, I mean, there's that. There's a lot of little things to talk about with this one, which we'll sure we'll get into here, but yeah, so please put your thoughts down below. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We hit 150 now, so that's fantastic. 271 of you here, which is also great. Make sure you're subscribed, because there's going to be a lot of great content coming from us. Like I said, we're going to be filming all morning tomorrow. We'll have a review, our edited review out in the afternoon, and then our full breakdown review and discussion at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune in for that if you can. Me and Samuel would, of course, really appreciate that. And put in your thoughts, put in your 2 cents, what you thought about this episode, and feel free to do that as well here tonight. Fleet Pass Swiftback, $5. Dropping by, hit the like button, listening to you while I drive the bus around empty. Great episode, loved it. It felt like Star Trek, finally. Yeah. Jeff Jacobs, $2, 150 in less than 15. You guys are rocking the likes. They absolutely are. Olivia Julius, $2. I saw the USS Basketball Hoop class starship. Yeah, there were some interesting designs there. They even talked about what they were made of. Some were holographic force fields, so holographic ships. Other ones had, like she mentioned, Detmer mentioned the nacelles not being attached. Where's the warp drive even go? A lot of good questions there for sure, and I'm looking forward to looking at each of these designs. Hopefully we get to see more in future episodes. I have a feeling that now we've kind of got our big money shot of ships, as they'd say in the porn industry. we're not going to see many more of them, unfortunately, which is a shame because a lot of them look like interesting designs. That being said, we will see them for Eagle Moss and Star Trek Online, I think. So we will get a look at the ships eventually. I just wish we could get more in this show. So let's see here. Yeah, the fact that the Admiral's name was Admiral Vance as well, and we just had Vance, what was his name on Mandalorian? Vance, oh, I just had it. Ugh. Vance Bogg? No, Vance Cobb. I thought, oh, another Vance, cool. And I gotta say, I like the actor that's playing Admiral Vance. I think he's great. I did say he was the CNC as well, so he is the Commander-in-Chief, which was great. List of Jericho, the warp drive is never on the nacelles. Yeah, I think most people understand that. She wasn't implying that they were on the nacelles. She was just saying, wonder where the warp drive is and how it connects to how the power is transmitted from the warp core, if it's in the main ship, to the detached nacelles. I think that's what she was getting at. Are there small warp reactors within the nacelles that power them? I don't know. Like, that's what I think she was going for there. Chuck A, I'm looking forward to your new ship reviews, Captain. Thank you, Chuck. List Jericho, who's the president? Don't know. Jeddak Productions, after a long day at work, I come home and see this guy. Fucking awesome. Hope you're doing well, man. Let's see. Inf Jack, it'd be funny if the Doctor is on the new Voyager. Well, I don't think we're going to get any more references of Voyager, unfortunately. Just the fact that there's a Voyager J is cool. I love that now more ships have the suffix. I mean, because originally the reason that the Enterprise got it was because it was the flagship. Like other ships like the Defiant and stuff used to be Constitution class. And then the name just... The name and registry didn't carry on. It got shifted to other things and eventually the Defiant class. So the fact that because the Voyager did something so incredible, it was really a mission that needed to be immortalized. So I really appreciate that they're doing that with the registry numbers. Olivia Julius, $2. I am the president. Yes, she's the Federation president, actually. List Jericho, loved the Cronenberg character. He seemed to know his stuff. Yeah, I thought he was great, and the way he shot down Giorgio at every opportunity. Now, a lot of people, including two of our moderators, or admins at least, think he's from the Terran universe. That's why he wears glasses and knows so much about them. But he made the point of saying, ever since I was a kid, I've been fascinated by it. So of course he'd know a lot about it. He's researched it. No crossing for 500 years. Again, that could be a lie. That could be duplicitous on his part, which is fine, especially if he's from the Terran universe. The fact that they isolated a genome, that's why they were so ruthless and terrifying over there. So again, lots of little great things. I really liked his character. And the glasses, that has nothing to do with him being from the Mirror Universe. The whole Mirror Universe thing of them being sensitive to light is bullshit anyway, but whatever. So the thing with Giorgio, though, at the end, I got the feeling that she was a hologram. She broke apart his communicator, and it looked like she took something, because she said, here, play with it, and she broke it right away, and which I would have been pissed off at. I like that he had the confidence to give it to her and not to really blink twice. Like, there's nothing she could do with the parts in there anyway. But knowing her, she could craft something, I'm sure. So I have the feeling that she's been replaced with a hologram, and she's actually working with this guy now. He's part of Section 31 in the future, or something happened. But I think that's something that's going to be an interesting plot point. We do see her faint in the next time on, which again is very fascinating as well. So she's just not feeling well. Was there some kind of weird brainwashing technique they did on her? Is it just because she's realized that she can't get back to her mirror universe? Because they did tell her right after you left, essentially, the divergent started to increase. So there hasn't been a crossing for 500 years. You're totally alone now. And that kind of took her by surprise. And I love that. Screw that character. I hate that character. And so Dream Out There, $5. Just went in and found it. 25-minute, 8-second mark, Shuttle Bay, closed Shuttle Bay, Season 3, Episode 5. Well, we'll have to talk about that. 25-minute, 8-second mark. I am going to screenshot that and see if I can find that. I actually have my moderators screenshot that super chat as well, just in case. I got it screenshotted here, but please put it in the live chat so I can find it easily. Olivia Julia's $5. You know what this means. The steward is from the mirror universe. He's wearing glasses. Yeah. I mean, there's indications that it could be that he is from the Terran universe just because she says, why are you wearing glasses? We pointed that out as well in our preview, our prediction video yesterday. I said, it's a shame that people in 900 years in the future still need glasses. Yeah, the allergic to Retinax 5 bullshit, but you'd think in 900 years they could come up with something better than that. So, anyhow. Hold on here. I just got to make sure that. Okay, there we go. Good. So Peter asked, what did I think about this episode? I liked it. I thought it was very good Star Trek. I could have done without the whole seed adventure, but that being said, that was actually one of the most fun Star Trek things about it. It was the episodic problem of the week, and it was wrapped up well. It was done beautifully. I don't know why Non stayed. For the love, let her stay until. I mean, she said she wanted to take the guy and his family back to her planet and make sure they got there and had a proper burial, and she never thought she'd get to see her planet again. I can understand because she joined Starfleet and was kind of an outlier as far as her family goes that she might not see her planet again. So, but I still don't know why she stayed. I thought that was fucking stupid. Like, I thought it was to keep the seed ship fine, the seed vault. And I love the idea of a galactic seed vault too, by the way, because we actually have one now, the Doomsday Vault in Norway, which has all the seeds from Earth in it. So I thought that was great, but that was both the weak part of this episode for me and the fun episodic. This was actually Star Trek episode part of this episode. There's like two different episodes for me, and the seed episode part, that whole thing, like I said, it's a problem of the week. It's like a season 1 TNG episode. It could be a whole episode of TNG, just that part. And ultimately, just kind of that's an episode that happened. Not very memorable. The seeing Starfleet, seeing the ships, seeing the interrogation of the crew, that kind of stuff, that was really fun to get those musical cues, those Starfleet musical cues, and to get the feeling that Starfleet might be a little bit of an issue, and then to find out that they're actually fine, it seems like, and they are going to continue to be Starfleet, because at the end he says, well, earlier he says he doesn't really trust them. You're not home yet, he said. And then at the end he says, welcome home. I thought that was great. So that was probably the best part of the episode for me. But that being said, like I said, I like the episodic thing. But if it was just that seed story, it would have been just another episode of the week for TNG, you know? I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Overall, it was a fun episode, and this was one of the best episodes of Discovery, in my opinion, just because there was so much cool and new stuff in it. Even the whole Jet Reno, Stamets, and Tilly scene. At first, the first time I watched that, I thought it was kind of annoying the way they were talking to each other. But going back and rewatching it, it was actually really fun to see that dysfunctional dynamic that they have, and the whole that we've seen this before. Okay, so Hooker Unleashed Films says no, the doors are open. LOL. And Trent says the shuttle bay door is closed. Okay. Ozzy says, when is the shuttle bay door closed? Okay, I need my moderators, Jeff Jacobs, to go in and look at that timestamp and let me know for sure if the doors are closed or open. Just let me know. Fleet Pass Swiftback, $2. I think Dawn stayed to prove her people's honor. Yeah, but they can get her back as soon as they have a new person come on the ship. She did say, yes, the first Barzan mission on the taking care of the seas will be successful. Fine, but then go back and get her. You can spore jump to her planet, let her visit her planet for a while, and go back and get her. Why does this have to be the end for the character? I thought that was stupid. Sent you the pic already, Cap. All right, let me take a look at the... I mean, it's the long shot of the ship as it's going into the ion storm, and it looks like it might be closed, and it might be. It could just also be the angle we're on. We're seeing the force field. So when we get into it tomorrow, and when we're actually looking at the screen caps, we can zoom in and enhance whatever we got to do. We will take a look and see if they're actually closed. If they're closed, I got to give them credit. They weren't closed a second ago when they spore jumped, which you'd think would be a good time to close the fucking things, considering the ship spins. But you can actually see work bees and stuff doing things in there, and then and we know it's disorienting because on the bridge the lady's like, whoa. So close the fucking doors. If they closed them, I'll give them credit, but considering that they should have been closed at other points in the episode, anyway. All right, so thank you very much, guys. My moderators are great. Mr. Pete's channel, $2. Did all the other Voyagers A through J get lost too? Maybe. We just don't know. AK Steel, $5. They fixed her gene. She no longer a Mirror Universe psycho. When she turned away at the end, she looked emotional for once. That's great. I love that. I hope... Can I use that tomorrow when we talk about this? Because I never considered that. That'd be great if she's actually... They repaired the genome sequence or whatever that made her people psychotic. And now she's just a regular human. That's great. That's great. I like that. Let me know if I can use that, AK Steel. Thank you, AK. Alyssa Jericho, but I would have that the Terran people are born evil. I think that's kind of dumb, to be fair, but whatever. No, that's a great idea for why she's so different. But why was she just... And it looked like she needed to boot up. Like, how you feeling? Michael! Yeah. But you're right. Yeah, when she walked away, she had that look on her face like something was bothering her, so... Jeffrey Jacobs' Discovery still does have her chopstick nacelles. Yeah, but the way they're filming it, it looks so much better now. Olivia Julius, $2. Puggy treat for the puggy. Thank you. let's see, we have 338 people watching. That's fantastic, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and please consider hitting that like button. We're 7 away from 200 likes. If we can get another 7, that'd be fantastic. If you guys have any theories or ideas that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about and you want to throw them in, by all means, feel free to send a super chat. It does support the channel and help us out, and we really appreciate it. And if you can join us for the live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, please consider doing so. But thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to try to get to the chat now. I know I've been overlooking it, and I apologize. But like I had a suspicion it would be going fast tonight, and it has been. So I've just been trying to keep up. So a good way to get my attention, because I'm going to be skipping some, is just to, if a super chat is great, please consider doing it. Usually I read all of them, but I don't think I'll have time tonight. So Adam Leoff, $5. I was murdered, but I'm good with my murderer now. Yeah, that was another fantastic line. Too early to be making room for an Eagle Moss Voyager J. No, they probably already started production on it, or not production, but design on it, because they would have got all the ships from Discovery a while ago. New disconnected warp nacelles are now powered by inductance field. Hezraz, or the fall of the Terran Empire has affected her deeply. Yeah, I mean, it could be a combination of both, actually. But I kind of always had the idea in my mind that she wanted to get back there at some point. So she was just taking a little side trip, however many years it would take. You know, eventually she'd find a way back and regain her power. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty great. That if she realizes she can't get back now, that could definitely impact her. So. Unless, because it was the last thing that he said to her was, you have somebody aboard Voyager, or not Voyager, god damn, I got Voyager in my mind. You have somebody aboard Discovery that you care for very deeply. That's the last thing he said. So has Michael Burnham did he threaten Michael Burnham? Like, if you don't work for me or help us, if he's Section 31 or if he's a Terran, I don't know. We're going to hurt Michael, so now she has no choice. But you think she'd relish in that, but at the same time, she doesn't like to be threatened, and she doesn't want to see Michael hurt, so I don't know. I mean, it could be something like that as well. Does anybody feel like we're getting more traditional ship flybys here? I'm here for the ship porn. Yeah, I totally agree. That's one of the big complaints we had with season 1. That was there's not enough ship flybys, and even captain's logs, voiceovers. We had a captain's log in this one. Captain's log supplemental, but still a captain's log from Saru to start it off. So that was great. So yeah, we complained about the lack of ship flybys and stuff, and we have got more of that this season for sure. Fleetpaw Swiftback, $2. Thoughts on Burnham's command style? I think it's fucking garbage. I really hate her attitude. The whole, we gotta go in there and do this and da 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 and prove to them and da da da. Like, that's not how a Starfleet officer works, or should work, especially at the rank of commander. I'm glad she talked to Saru and said, you know, you can have the captaincy, because if she got the captaincy, I think it would be very detrimental for Discovery. And even at the end where he says, you got to be careful what you say to the Admiral. You can get us both into hot water. Yes, Captain, I've learned my lesson for the 17th fucking time in these last 3 seasons. I won't do it again. But you will do it again. So I think her command style sucks. Mark Felipe, I was kind of hoping they were entering the headquarters. They would show a ship named after a captain they would have recognized. Well, they did, Nog. Captain Nog. Lissa Jericho, that everyone in their universe is evil because of it? Bah, I like the Borg theory as to why they exist. BJ Tehran, problem with Giorgio character is they never settle on nature or environment in her evilness in Mirror Universe. Born that way, or it is learned for survival. Well, she even said, you know, they pointed out the genome. She said, oh, you're saying something made up. I don't believe it. I'm ruthless and whatever on my own, more so than most people. It would make sense for the Mirror Universe, to be fair, that they're all just born with that anomaly, but nah. Jason6690, $2. We never saw Adira after they first arrived. Yeah, it's because they needed to address the Admiral or Senatal thing, and then she wasn't needed for the rest of the story. But Hezraz, being prone to more scientific than just makes you bad in general. Jeff Jacobs, 218, 218 and under 30. Such great Trekyardians. Make Jeff pay. Made Jeff pay. 354 of you here. That's great. 236 likes. Guys, come on. Let's hit 250 likes. We only need another 14 likes for that. 14 of you haven't hit that like button. Consider hitting it. I'd really appreciate it. Listen, Jericho, but are the ships bigger on the inside? We don't know because we never got the inside of one. I don't know how big the station was necessarily. We did see Discovery parked beside it. You got a shot of the upper deck anyway through the window. But no idea. Jaddock Productions, $4 Australian. This guy has been a massive influence. Love you, man. Thank you very much, Jaddock Productions. I don't know if you want me to say your real name on the air, but thank you very much. Whatever. I don't think you'll mind. So thank you very much, Joseph. Hope you're having a good day down in Aussie land. BJ Turon, how do you get back to the mirror universe? Taxi. The Ronin, Terran refugees definitely sounds like a possibility with that guy. I'd buy it, maybe. Jason6690. I'm still calling. Sorry, Jason. I'll get to yours in a second. I'm still calling that he's not a Terran. I know it's an interesting theory and could definitely pan out at some point, but I'm saying officially, from my view anyway, that he's not. So, Jason6690. They took her off diagnostics, and that was it. Yeah, sent her back to the ship. The Ronin, Burnham was so out of line in this episode. Absolutely, 100% agree. Listen, Jericho, I wouldn't even have her be the XO. I totally agree. Tiburon, her actual command style on the bridge was pretty good, though. Yeah, like when she was actually on the bridge, yes, for sure, it was good. I love how Sawyer had to like step in and fix that situation, though. Like, she's good to go with the crew that we have. I'll stay here as a hostage in case they fuck up. Was a good diplomatic solution to that, even though he is the captain and he should technically be going, but yeah. Let's see, the Ronin, that doesn't sound like this Foley. What doesn't? Olivia Julius, $5. I'm saying it right now. Sorry, we'll see his people during the last episode and decide to stay promoting Michael to captain. Stay where? They're gonna stay in the future. They're not gonna go back to their own time. History considers them destroyed. There's no sense going back, unless they find out a way to mitigate the whole sphere data thing. I love how that wasn't even, it was mentioned in this episode, and the guy's like, well, tell us about the sphere data that we've now inherited that we got to deal with. That was okay. And it was a sentient life form that merged with Discovery. Well, then nothing carried over from the ship starting to show some sentience last episode, which I feel slighted. Like that needed to be a thing. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it'll be mentioned in other episodes, but I really wanted to see more of it, like a little bit in each episode of the ship kind of evolving and turning into something else. Adam Vera, $5. I will do it again. You will do what again, Adam? But good to see you. Dave Stelzer, $2. Separate nacelles prevent damage from another burn. That's a fantastic idea as well. Instead of having everything combined in the ship, so if the burn happens again and it goes boom, you blow up in a cell. But that means that the not necessarily the reactor, but at least the refinement process that the crystals are used in is in the nacelles, and that would be fine as well. But still like to know how that technology works. And Billy says the lithium crystals aren't in the nacelles. Yes, we know this. But he's just saying in the future they could be. They could have moved the technology around to accommodate that not happening again. So it's fine. Hezraz, I think that Senatel was good friends with the Admiral. Knowing the show, I was wanting everyone in a relationship. They will probably do that instead. 370 of you here, that's great. 263 likes, that's awesome. Can we hit 275 likes? That's another 12 likes. If you haven't hit like if you can. Guys, and I know there's a lot of you here tonight, I really appreciate that. I usually read all the comments. I'm sticking to right now because I don't want to get too far behind in the chat, which I would for sure. I'm actually just reading out like members of the channel, people have joined the channel, and super chat. So if you're here, you're not a regular, you're not used to the format. I usually try to read everybody's comments. Most people in the chat will tell you that and back me up on that. I try to read everybody's comment during these lives. However, with this many people for this kind of episode, I can't do it. I can't make sure that I get to everything and not be 5 hours behind when people are answering my comments and my questions and things. So it's too far out of context if I do that. So I apologize. So if you want to join the channel, you can join at the rank of Commander, Captain, Admiral, Fleet Admiral, or Federation President. It shows your support for the channel, so you're more likely to get called out in these kind of things when this situation occurs, and you get your name highlighted and all that. And also, if you want to super chat, anybody can super chat. You don't have to be joined to the channel to do that. So, yeah. Hezraz, I think that Senatel was good friends with the Admiral. Knowing this show... Oh, sorry. I already said that one. Never mind. Listen, Jericho. Are the Discovery crew ever going to change their uniforms? Probably not. I was thinking that this episode as well. I don't think that's going to be a thing that's going to happen, unfortunately. And it really should. It should have happened in Season 2 when this Enterprise showed up with the actual multicolored Enterprise uniforms. Sure, the Discovery is a scientific ship. It's a different branch, whatever. It's got different uniforms, fine. But they're in the goddamn future now. Upgrade your uniforms, guys. All they're going to upgrade is the comm badge. So... Hezraz, Glasses is a Terran fanboy, but not a Terran. Yep, I totally agree with you, 100%. The Ronin, I can see that too. It's what I was first thinking. BJ Turon, writers of Disco still confused about military rank. Starfleet Security Chief Lieutenant Willa should be a higher rank of Commander, Captain, Commodore, so she has more authority overseeing Discovery's crew. It's not the U.S. military. Militaries around the world have different ranking structures. I mean, we got lieutenants and colonels in some branches and whatever. So I have no problem with there being different ranking systems that's non-American in the future, especially 900 years in the future. So no problem with that, considering it's the Federation and Starfleet. They're also incorporating the militaries of other member worlds, so really have no problem with that at all. The Ronin. Oh, I mean the Terran fan thing instead. Okay. Simon Terliki, $5. I think the story will be Disco being a light for the Federation, while the Federation doing the same for Burnham, who has been affected by a year as a mercenary. Let the Federation do. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Jaddock Productions, let's make sure history never forgets the name. Discovery. No, they haven't earned that yet. No. Brian Montgomery, she was pretty much a smuggler for a year. Probably saw some bad shit. Yeah, I love how they also said, too, when they showed up because of the temporal restrictions, that you being here is a crime. So, and then they talk about Giorgio having murdered many people, not only in her universe, but our universe. Yet they still decided to let her go. I have a few issues with some of that stuff, but, it's minor at best. Alyssa Jericho. Would have been funnier if the Admiral had no information of a USS Discovery ever existing and that he comments their ship doesn't look like the 23rd century ship. That would have been good. Tiburon, what if Discovery started refitting itself? It's sentient and can download the science behind programmable matter and new tech. I think they need to do that. At one point, he did say that the ship was going to be retrofitted, which I thought was fantastic. I was like, yes. But right away, sir was like, oh, what? And it was all about the crew, being split up. That's fine. Don't want to do that. I think that was kind of a stupid idea. I can see it from Starfleet's point of view. So, but at the end, they got the whole, we're a cohesive, we're a single living, breathing entity. Keep us together. Hooker Unleashed Films. I think Burnham will get booted out of the Federation, and her and Book will do the things Disco cannot do under this Federation. That would work for me. That would actually be pretty cool, in my opinion. So yeah, next week's focus is on Book. It looks like he gets caught, sends the ship to fetch Michael, and they have to go on a rescue mission. So Sturm Von Ulk, 5-hour stream, sweet. See, I'm already way behind in the chat. And Ozzy Maderos, hey, Sci-Fi Nation, America. I can say that. F all are overspending. Hezraz, so it will be like Voyager, all 7 seasons where they wear the same uniform. Yeah, probably. But it almost makes sense for Voyager, even for the all 7 seasons, honestly. But for this, doesn't make any sense. The Ronin, history didn't forget the name Voyager. Geek in Review throws in £2, so thank you very much. Bearclaw 385, $5. Love seeing Starfleet headquarters. Did you notice that when Saru walked in, you could see Kazon on the bottom of the screen? Yeah, we pointed that out yesterday in our prediction video. You saw Kazon clan name. On the other side, it said Homeworld of the Founders. And there are a few little other things that you could read, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, in a video. Probably our review tomorrow, our full review and breakdown. 293 likes, guys. We have 7 more likes to get to 300. 7 of you out there have not hit like, and I know it because we have 352 viewers. So if you can hit that thumbs up for us just to get to that 300 like mark, that'd be awesome, and I'd really appreciate it. Look, the number's going up. It's 297 now, only 3 more likes. Now 1 more, 299. Can we hit 300? I think we can. There we go, 304. See? Awesome. Good job, guys. Thank you. Olivia Julius, $5. Well, this is awkward, but we have a Discovery NCC 1031L. Oi. TMA puts in $2. What was that they told Giorgio about Terran DNA? There's some kind of anomaly in it that all Terrans had this genome that that made them hostile, essentially. Probably not all of them, probably the majority of them. There'd obviously, with medical things like that, there'd obviously be a few people that would be outliers for that. So that's what they told her. Jadek Productions. Sorry if I seem to suck up to you, mate. Just had one effed up day. Telling you guys makes me feel like I mean something. Star Trek got me through so much, and you guys are family to me. Well, that's okay, Joseph. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hope you have a better day. Gino Waski Jr. PBS. Fuck you, autocorrect. That's funny. Lawrence Hogwood. They did have record of NCC 1030 and 1032. Cloverfield and Glen. Not the Cloverfield, the Crossfield and the Glen. And Glen has 2 N's in the actual Glen name, but I mean, they had records for Discovery. They said that this, as far as their records indicated, Discovery was destroyed in 2258. So let's see. Mr. Pete's channel. So the Kazon and Founders joined the Federation. No, well, not necessarily. That's not what we're saying. Just that the labels for their planets were listed on a map, on a floating holographic map. That's all it says. Doesn't mean it was part of the Federation. Could have just been a galactic map. Fleet Pass Swiftback, $2, 304. Amazing. Thank you all. You're great. Yes, you are. We have 319 likes now, which is fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry if I've missed your comments. Like I said, I've just been trying to keep up. Now that I'm kind of caught up, I'll try to read more of the regular ones. So if you put something in earlier that I didn't get to, by all means, consider putting it back in. I'll see if I can read it. Gary Kaiser, I still say there will be Commander Tilly, hopefully. Christopher Bloom, 900 years in insurrection. The Federation signed up planets who had only been warp capable for a year. Well, they were up to 350 planets at one point. Now the chat just boom, 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 boom. Sorry, I'm trying to get to them. Joshua, seems to me the burn sort of happened regardless. In the ones where control wins, it destroys all life, but in control loses, they run out of dilithium, and then the stuff explodes. That's a good point, actually. Sci-Fi Nation, Tilly in the future could so become alternate Tilly. Gene, I wish they'd do more blonde-headed actress who played Ariel. Yeah, they called her out today to do something. Oh, she had command while Burnham and Saru beamed over. So, and Reese is the other guy, the other bridge guy, the Asian guy. His name is Reese because he got put in command when Michael Burnham went over to the Seed ship. So, Jedi Productions, I wish Odo could make an appearance, even CGI, but hey, I know it ain't likely. Yeah, not very likely. John Tibby, we've seen a new constitution class. Yeah, we didn't see much of it, unfortunately. Is the Enterprise J still around? No one knows. We did get a Voyager J, though. What did you make of the whole galaxy knowing the same song? I thought that was fucking stupid. And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh, here we go with one of these plot points that, ooh, was going to be a big deal. I thought that was retarded. Just dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Just not. Why? Why did they need to include that? That was the dumbest thing about this episode, in my opinion. Who cares about the song? It's going to be, ooh. Even the lady said it, sometimes it gets in the ether or whatever. It's like, okay, so is this a hint that this is all a simulation, or something about control got out, or not control, but the sphere data, and this is all connected, and who cares? I thought it was dumb. Really annoyed by that. Listen, Jericho, Enterprise J is 700 years old by this point. Well, we don't know that. Gary Keyser thought Tilly needs to overcome her nervousness. Sci-Fi Nation, my 8-year-old told me Saru in Japanese means vegetable. Cool. Omega particle would affect all ships, but none of the dilithium. Yeah, it's not the Omega particle. I wish people would drop that. I just... What was the Section 31 dude wearing glasses to block a mind control probe running in the room with Giorgio? Could be, and we don't know he was Section 31. That was never mentioned. Glad they didn't mention that, to be fair, but he likely was Section 31, but please no dream sequence. Yeah. I really loved this episode. The main story with the research station was meh, but I really enjoyed it overall. That's exactly my thought. The song was... sad face. Hezraz, the song was weird though. I hate the song thing. It was dumb and would be played while the burn happened or something, or caused the frequency. Oh, good God. Yeah, the resonance that happens when 5 starships play this song over their loudspeakers creates a harmonic resonance within the dilithium crystals, and it shatters them galactic wide. Fucking stupid. I mean, the Germans know Silent Night. Also, Russians. If someone from the 1600s came, they would going to be puzzled why they knew the same song. Yeah, yeah. Burnham's still on the Klingon beacon. It's all a dream. Oh, good God. It's confirmed that the song is indeed Cardi B's Wet Ass Pussy. Shauna Leatherman, do you think we'll ever get the refit Discovery? I didn't make sense that they didn't at least upgrade their basic tech. 10 out of 10 for Trekyards. Thank you, Shauna. I would love to see a refit Discovery. They did mention retrofitting it in this one, and then Saru freaked out and they went on the mission. So hopefully next week we'll actually see some changes to Discovery, future tech, because they need to do that for sure. can you do a Fleet Yards episode on the TARDIS? Well, the original plan was there's multiple TARDISes, as you know, so we were going to do like a TARDIS week and have one every day of the week, and it's however many we needed to do. But the Fleet Yards episodes just underperform immensely, and they're not worth the time to make them, and then what they actually make in ad revenue doesn't equal out. So we just haven't done any more Fleet Yards for a while. We likely will do it at some point. It's one that is iconic, so I would say yes, at some point we will. But Jaddock Productions. Imagine if Tilly loses it and beats the crap out of Giorgio. That would be awesome. David Cronenberg always wears glasses. It is his look. Him not wearing them would be more weird than having the meaning for the show. Yeah, that's all it's going to be. I like them. I think they look good. Like that's perfect. I would look weird without glasses too. Actually, because these are rimless, I never noticed this before. Because they're rimless, they make my face look fine. Once I take them off, you can see the dark, like the bags under my eyes from being tired. Like, look at that. Holy shit. I have been severely lacking in sleep lately. Although last night I got a lot of sleep. But look at that. I look dead. Whereas these, it's like, ha, they're gone. Non, hey, 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 goodbye. Non, hey, 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 goodbye. Throws in 99 cents with a cool face. Thank you very much, Jill. The Ronin, the idea of the seed vault was great, but everything actually happened there was kind of lame and questionable. Yes, absolutely. It was very much, like I said, a adventure of the week for TNG. The Darth Eddy, if we see 32nd century Klingons, they better look a lot more like TNG era ones. Ozzy, maybe they don't know row, row, row your boat. Doodle Cheese 23, just like Beastie Boys and beyond. Stacy Wright, 3 different mentions of 500 years ago with 3 different reasons. So apparently the 27th century is important somehow. Yeah, man, that was the heyday of the Federation, probably. Tiburon, refit should take time, though. Oh, yes, the Enterprise refit took 18 months, so long time. Malcolm Shepard, Giorgio clowning the holograms was a classic Trek, going back to Kirk breaking computers by talking them. And while I love it for that, I hate it too because we know how computers work now. Yeah, I thought the same thing. As soon as she started, like, they're like, why are you blinking? Why aren't you? I thought she was going to start doing the whole Kirk thing, like talking them to death. But I hated that so much. It was so stupid that she would even know any idea. Sure, maybe holograms in her time, fine. But to speculate that would work 900 years in the future, just bullshit. Star Trek Discovery has a lot of themes in common with Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda. Wonder why that is. Maybe the song is the brown note. There you go. Giorgio was in physical contact with and bleeding during fight with Control. Now she appears to have technical glitches. Please just, I don't want anything, I don't want Control to come back. I'd just be dumb. Sci-Fi Nation, hey now, Cap. I just started to wear reading glasses, you dink. It's because you're old, fucker. Up close and personal with the captain. Yeah, who let the dogs out? I think the song is a clue left by Burnham's mom, or Burnham herself, probably. I like that, though, that it's a clue left by Burnham's mom. Good call, Jordan. The Ronin, hold on, that was David Cronenberg? Yes, that was. Ian Cassidy, $2. Time crystals equal dilithium subtype. Big time jump equals boom. Michael Anderson, the signing of the temporal accords was in the 27th century. I haven't had a proper night's sleep in almost a month. Yeah, I feel your pain, my friend. Burnham is still looking for her mom. That's why they contacted Terralisium. Will Baby Yoda have some frog eggs tonight? There's a petition for LeVar Burton to become the next host of Jeopardy. He endorses that. My introduction to him was my initial introduction to Star Trek universe, 3 seasons of The Next Generation. She blinked in binary code. Did she? Oh man, LeVar and Jeopardy would be legit. I found the holograms' voices annoying and grating, says Ryan. I tend to agree. Let's see. Burnham's mom jumped to the future before Burnham jumped and changed the timeline, so her mom can't be in this timeline. Am I missing something? You're not. Absolutely not. But it's going to be something silly like that. Like either her mom or found out there was an alternate timeline and went to the... It's Discovery, man. Anything can happen. Or Burnham finds another way to go through time because... and plants the song. I don't know. I am old. I'm 44, says Sci-Fi Nation. The song Through Time is a bit Battlestar Galactica. Let's see. Area 51. Some Sundays I just cannot fall asleep. So annoying. Some Sundays. Only Sundays? That'd be nice. Burnham's mom got it going on. Burnham's mom has got it going on. The song is in subspace. Sure. Hezraz, I would prefer that the mom left the song rather than the song playing and causing the burn or signaling a simulation. Oh, yes. No kidding. Ian, as in such a massive wormhole journey based on time causes the necessary... What? As in such a massive wormhole journey based on a time crystal causes the necessary... Gotcha. Don't gotcha. Don't know what you mean. Sorry. Kim Frank, so what happened to the Borg? They were subdued in Voyager, studied in Picard. With the burn, do you think they would rebuild and be a threat since they don't need dilithium? Kim, no, probably not. I think they're a non-factor anymore. They've fizzled out. They're no longer a threat, and I'd be fine with that. I really don't care what happened to the Borg, to be fair. We don't need an answer for everything. We don't need the Borg being mentioned. I'm sure they will be, some kind of reference at some point in Discovery, but honestly, I don't need it. Don't need to know how long they haven't been around. I don't need to know what happened to them. That's just me, though. About the song, I got it. She secretly wants to start a band. It's her way of finding members. Yes, that's it. They're going to fix the subspace relays and gather info from other Federation to figure out the burn. Hopefully, yes. They can spore jump now and send repair teams and crews and robots to these facilities. Clean up the subspace array areas of all the ship debris. Restore some ships. Restore the arrays. Like, you can help out all these areas, you know? I still have to wear on the screen the Hawaiian-style ICP shirts I ordered that Captain Foley of Trekyards recommended to me. Did you get them, finally? Because that's cool. I haven't got any, so. Somewhere in this time period, the EMH backup from Living Witness is still around. It'd be cool if it were referenced. That's absolutely correct, yes. And Sci-Fi Nation. What the hell was I going to say? I was going to say something to you. Oh, it's funny because I was just thinking about you like yesterday or the day before. Like, I haven't heard from Sci-Fi Nation in forever. I wonder if he's okay. I'm glad you're okay. I thought that when I was in bed getting ready to fall asleep. So not that I think about you while I'm in bed, but you know. So that's why I didn't look you up on YouTube to see if you've done a live recently or anything. I haven't watched much of your content lately, so I apologize, but I'm glad you're okay. The burn is bad, okay? 326 people watching with 337 likes. That is amazing, guys. Thank you. Now, if you haven't hit the like button. Let's see what we can get up to 350. That's another 13 likes, 11 likes now. So another 11 likes would be fantastic. The Borg learned the power of love and sailed off to another galaxy, never to be heard from again. The Borg stopped being interesting in First Contact. The Borg were most likely members of the Federation when the burn happened. LOL. Hey, what happened to the Starfleet fanboy from episode 1? They forgot all about him. He should really be around. Another test by Q, God no. According to Lower Decks, the Borg eventually joined the Federation. That scene with the O'Brien statue. Yes, they didn't say how far in the future that was, but I assume it's before the burn, so, yeah, you know. Jeff Jacobs, I was worried the guy phasing in and out was a replicator. Looked like he broke up into squares. Yeah, I thought that was kind of stupid, actually. Brian Montgomery, so did dilithium explode on planets? That would be so bad. Well, they said any active warp cores, so I assume any dilithium that had power flowing through them would have been the ones that were affected. So I hope not planets, because that would have been devastating. Sci-Fi Nation hasn't done lives lately, so he's sorry, everyone. I was certain that I hadn't seen any lives popping up for you recently, so I was just wondering if you were okay. So I'm glad you are. In the future, the Borg realized people would like them if they switched from greeble-laden fetish gear to 7 of 9 style and just ask people nicely if they want to join. Hey, baby, you want to join? Hopefully I wasn't their recruiter, because no one would join if they saw me doing that. BJ Turan, restoring subspace communications would be a big help, using Discovery to reestablish contact and build advanced bases. Yes. Curtis Simpkins, sorry. Yeah. Captain, do we have someone singing on Discovery now? No. Cascade effect when Discovery hits the turbulence in the wormhole, with the turbulence being residual effects from the temporal wars on the timeline. If subspace is broken, wouldn't space and time be as well? Not necessarily. Cole Meany is currently playing Santa Claus on Irish TV. Maybe O'Brien was really some kind of deity in disguise all along. Yeah, I saw that he was playing Santa Claus. That's pretty cool. I thought it was a bit pompous for Non to consider herself qualified to take control of a station 900 years more advanced just because she's also a Barzan. I thought the same thing, actually. It'd be cool if Federation headquarters has portraits of legendary captains like Archer, Kirk, and Picard hanging on the walls or projected as holograms. 100% agree. A lot of people will say that's fan service, but I disagree with them, and I would like to see that. Yeah, I love how the burn, no bad guy has been found. Because Jared here says maybe the bad guy for the season will turn out to be the burn back on, turn the burn back on again. Sci-Fi Nation, Stuart, I will be on the Real Review 3000 1 week from today at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday night. Don't care. The Borg Man, something just feels off with the Federation. Yes. I'm just kidding, Sci-Fi Nation. Just want to see how long you'd be pissed at me. The dilithium didn't explode, just went inert, which could have caused the warp cores to destabilize and explode. Yes, they did say it went inert, and they said any ship that didn't have an active warp core exploded. So again, if the crystal that you're using to focus this immense power into warp plasma suddenly goes inert or loses the thing that makes it special, all that raw power being fed in would cause a huge fucking explosion. So that's why ships that weren't at warp, as Saria said, which I think is kind of stupid, didn't explode makes sense. If it just went inert and didn't explode, but considering dilithium, what it's used for focusing the power from the reactor to make warp plasma, any power flowing through that would definitely cause an explosion. So we have 357 likes. That's awesome, guys. We hit our 350 mark. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Neomix, Trekyards. Maybe the Borg just offered terminally ill people the choice of joining. Ugh. Yes. Rebel Poet 71. I wonder what the status of civilizations in the Gamma and Delta quadrants now. Where is the Dominion at? It's a good question. The seed ship was not more advanced. Burnham knew about it. Yes, she did. So it was an older ship. understandably, I'd buy that. I am very curious about what kind of contacts there was between what kind of contact there was between the United Federation planets and Terran Empire after DS9. Cronenberg's character talked about it so casually. Yeah, like, oh, I haven't been at crossings for 500 years. Like, we established regular crossings for a while. You know, it kind of had that feel to it for sure. Sorry if anyone else already brought this up, but was anyone else shocked to find the height of the Federation was only 350 worlds? I wasn't shocked to hear that. Sure, it's not a high number really, but you got to look at Federation space on a map is surrounded by Klingon, Romulan, whatever, right? So if they became members of the Federation, sure, you could expand a little bit, but there's only so much expansion you can do before you're running into different spheres of influence, if you will, different political powers. So you can only expand so much. And you got to wait for these little bastards to get warp. So, you know, not every planet's going to come out with a warp and do it in a timely manner. So, he don't care, but he'll be there. Really? I like David Cronenberg's character too. Very curious. 300 members, not worlds. I always imagined from Hints and Voyager that the 29th and 31st century Federation spanned the galaxy in some way, like thousands of worlds, not 350. I don't know. Bugs me. I understand why you'd be bugged by that, but it didn't bother me, really. Let's see. Alyssa Jericho, weird that they said they don't do 5-year missions anymore. They didn't even do those in the 24th century. It's not weird at all. He knew exactly what time period they were from, and the TOS era is known for its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds. So I thought that was a nice little nod, actually, to, yeah, we don't do five-year missions anymore. Because I know what time period you're from. I'd be like somebody from the 1940s, 1930s, showing up in today, and you go like, yeah, we're going to the movie theater because, you know, we don't sit around a radio to listen to radio dramas anymore. That kind of thing. Brian Montgomery, the burn makes no sense. They should have went with the destruction of subspace and severely limited spaceways affecting collapsing the Federation over time. I thought that would be great, actually, because that would tie in with the TNG episode. Hezraz, maybe the leftover Federation split in two and are fighting each other. Who knows? We got the Emerald Chain, which is the Cardassian, not Cardassian, the Andorian and Orion faction. So, I was cool with seeing David Cronenberg. Sci-Fi Nation, Stuart, really, bud? Me, mad at you? I was just playing, man. Malcolm Shepard, it's around double the number of worlds mentioned in First Contact. Yeah. Little bastards get warp. It would be great to see Jem'Hadar that aren't addicted to the white and are just normal, well-adjusted people like everyone else. Jack Productions, catch you around like a rizzle. I gotta have a nap, then get ready for the game tonight. All right, see you later. Wonder what the Mintakans are up to. Not everybody wants to join the Federation, that's true. They don't do 5-year missions anymore, yet Tal was on a generational ship. Movie theaters don't exist. But you know what I mean, though. Relax. I can't fault their following canonical references. They get huge bonus points for not ignoring the Time War. True, that's very true. Movie theaters, what is this, 2019? Hey, guys, I was trying to think of an analogy off the top of my head. Sorry. Safe Commander, we don't do 5-year missions anymore. The last series only got 4. That's good. Burnham's arrogance, ordering an admiral 900 years in the future about how he should proceed, was breathtakingly awful. I absolutely agree. That's one of the moments I was like, oh, guys, don't do this. I'm sure this has been brought up already, joined late, but where is the Borg transwarp network? For that matter, doesn't the Federation have their own by then? Don't know, don't care. The Borg, they don't need to be mentioned. And just because they have a transwarp corridor doesn't mean we have access to it, or that it's still around 900 years later. It could have collapsed as well for some reason, once the Borg got defeated, or whatever. Who knows? Rebel Poet 71. What if Picard is still around? His cyber body's dying programming never kicked in. Karen W. I like the theory that it's not their universe. This is part of a multiverse with a different timeline. It's always the answer. 350 member worlds, that doesn't mean colonies and protected worlds. Well, absolutely, yes. Those are member worlds of the Federation, so very much different than the Federation with its thousands of worlds that it's responsible for. Species 8470, I miss control. The Borg, man. It could be the mirror universe was so far away that it broke quantum entanglement. Ryan K. Yet Burnham's insubordination pissed me off. She's a commander, for fuck's sakes. I totally agree. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm glad she didn't take the captaincy of Discovery, because that would have been bad for everybody. The actual location of Starfleet wasn't specified, was it? It was not Lawrence, no. Hezraz, but I don't want to become Star Trek sliders. Then they jump to another timeline or another universe every season. That would kind of be annoying, but AK Steel, Packlids no longer wanted things to go. They caused the burn. I could see that. I could see them causing the burn because they felt like they were ready to make improvements to dilithium. Anyway, we're going to call that there. Thank you guys for joining. Just about an hour and a half and 304 people watching, which is great. Thank you guys. 363 likes. It's amazing. If anybody wants to throw in a last super chat to get my attention, because I have stopped reading the chat now, feel free to do so. Also, if you want the last super chat slot, if that means anything to you, that you want to win that, even for $1, you can do that now. See who can have their name in lights for a second or two and get acknowledged as the last super chat winner. If that's something you want to win, would be great. But I think I'm going to call it for now. That episode was a good one. It felt like Star Trek again. It did have like the episode of the week feel for TNG, as well as the better story, which was the interrogation of Giorgio and just the future of Starfleet. So there was a lot in this one. It felt very dense. There was never like a dull moment. And I think they could have gone without the side story at all, really, and focused more on learning about the future Starfleet. But for some reason, they decided to do this and add the episodic story of the week in there for some reason. I don't know why, but it wasn't unwanted necessarily. It's just, it could have been 2 separate episodes for sure. And Neomix throws in £5 at Trekyards. I wonder if any of the Soji-like cyborgs are around, all golden and pretty looking, just chilling on a lovely paradise planet. That wasn't Soji, that was Sutra. But yes, looked exactly like Soji, only sexier. That was Sutra, and I wonder where Kama is. They'd make a good team. Seeding story got in the way of all the ship porn. Yeah, there could have been more ship porn for sure. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Squadron Course, $2. Last, at least until Olivia takes it. I don't think Olivia's here anymore. I haven't heard from her in a while on here, so I assume she's not here. But yes, Squadron Course now has the official last super chat slot. So thank you very much. Damn it! Fight for the last super chat. LOL. Dun, 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 dun. I'll do the Star Trek fight music. Dun, 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 dun. No. Nobody's gonna sue. Squadron Course is the winner, I guess. All right, cool. Fine. Be that way. See if I care. I don't really care. Does it look like I care? I don't really care. Olivia's always here, even when she's not. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a good one. Tune in tomorrow for our live full review of this episode at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. Actually, it'll probably be earlier tomorrow. Now that I've said 5 a few times, it might be half an hour earlier or an hour earlier because there's a lot more to talk about. And the last thing I want to do is be on a 4-hour live stream until like 9 o'clock at night because I don't want to do that. So we'll probably be starting earlier tomorrow, half hour or an hour maybe. So just keep your eyes on the Facebook group for the time, as well as your notifications from YouTube. Make sure you click the bell notification icon to all so you get notified when we're going to be uploading or doing our lives. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. And check out all of the cool content we're getting out of this episode. There's going to be lots of mileage out of this episode, lots of good things to look at and things to talk about. So keep an eye out for edited shows as well. So anyway, guys, until tomorrow, I'm Captain Foley, and I'll see you guys in the future. Bye-bye.